Hey everybody, it's me Richard. I'm back with you again, recovering from a throat infection I've had since Friday. So it's just been like 2 or 3 days. If you notice, the voice has changed a little bit. It's a little bit coarse and hoarse. Makes it sound kind of sexy as well, yeah, like Rod Stewart. Anyway, yeah, I think the weather is not too good here in Malaysia, especially this time of the year where the wind directions change and we get a lot of rain. The monsoon, although, is sometime in November, December, but in the middle of the year we get really a lot of rain, and then also a lot of sun as well. So it's very, very hot, and then in the afternoon at about 3 or 4 o'clock it starts to pour, and that's when a lot of people start falling sick and all that. So I'm not left out as well. I just got, I nearly sort of like lost my voice actually, which is bad, because I make a living out of it, doing voiceover jobs. So today it's gotten a lot better, and welcome back to another brand new week, guys. I received a couple of drippers actually, or rebuildable dripping atomizer, or RDA in short. It depends on how you want to call it. I just simply like to call it drippers. So I'm going to be going through them one at a time. So we're going to start off with something that is truly, if you're a cloud chaser, it's your dream dripper, so to speak. And we're talking about the TOBH Atty, which I've got it on my GP Paps Lux mod here. This is the Tobeco. I like to call it Tobeco, easier to call it, but it's actually TOBH, which I have absolutely no clue what it stands for. Don't ask me. If you say Tobeco, maybe together, best corporation, yeah? This is TOBH Atty, a rebuildable dripping atomizer. This is a clone, however, yes, from Together Best Corporation, or Tobeco in other words. The thing is, it's really difficult to get your hands on something that's very, very popular. When it becomes popular, everybody's rushing out to get the original. That's where it's just out of stock. You can't get it anywhere. So the closest you can get to is a clone, and I think this is a pretty good clone if you ask me, and this can really chuck out the vapor. So as I mentioned earlier on, if you're a cloud chaser, this has got to be one of your dream Atties. Let me just show you. I've got it on my GP Paps Lux here in 18650 mode. I've got an MNKE battery inside, got a dual coil build here, 0.6 ohms, and what else? It's got 3 air holes, if you can see. So I've got one covered up. I'm using 2 of them. Even 2, I find it a little bit airy because I'm basically not a cloud chaser, but I do enjoy having lots of vapor once in a while, but not as crazy as those of you who are really cloud chasers, making big clouds. I mean, I respect you guys. I take my hats off you. You guys do it really well. And the only thing I can do is a micro coil with cotton inside. So I've got a dual coil here at 0.6 ohms with cotton. Got my juice, which is a 60-40, 60 PG, 40 VG mango yogurt e-liquid. So let's give it a shot. Like I said, this can really chuck out the vapor, and it's only a 0.6 coil, mind you. So if you guys can build things like 0.3, 0.2 super sub ohms, this is gonna make your dream come true. Just check out the cloud. This is absolutely mind-blowing, I tell you. Small little guy like that, and that's the logo there, and it's got these flanges here to dissipate heat, and I think they're doing a great job, because no matter, I've had this like a couple of days, and I've like continuously chain vaped on it, and this cap is still cool. It's not hot. It could be a little warm, but it's not anywhere where you can't touch it, So this is quite a cloud making machine, if you ask me. Woohoo! absolutely fantastic. This is a clone from Tobeco. We're going to zoom in and dive down close and check it out up close here and see what this bad boy is all about. Stay with us. Well, there you go, guys. These are all the parts that make up the TOBH Atty RDA, which is a clone from Tobeco that I've got here. It's basically just 3 parts, and I've left my microcoil in there, my pathetic microcoil, so to speak. I hope you don't mind. Anyway, I'm going to just show you all the parts, which is fairly simple. And we start from my right here, which I've got part of the top cap as well. As you can see, these are the flanges that make up the top cap, and it's cut pretty deep in, if you notice. Yeah, once I focus in, yes. This is to help dissipate heat, actually, which it does a really great job, because even though I chain vape on it, I don't get any heat at all on the RDA or the dripper or the top cap or anything like that. And from what I believe, I suppose it's the surface area where heats get trapped, so the less surface it is, that's why the deep cut into the center there will sort of like give it less surface area for the heat to be retained, and that's why it's dissipating heat really fast. Also has an O-ring here, which makes it so much easier. Just one O-ring so that it's not too tight. If it's a double O-ring, then you're gonna have a hard time pulling the cap out, and I'll show you how this works, which is kind of handy as well for you to start dripping. Alright, so this is the top cap, and right underneath it's got this very typical chimney kind of recess or slope into the center there, like a little lampshade. If you turn it upside down, that's how it looks. And I suppose that's where it contains all the flavors into this small little hole, and the flavor is pretty good, if you ask me, from the vape. This is one part of the top cap, and this is the outer sleeve that we have, which goes down to your deck. Alright, that's the engraved logo, or rather laser etch, which is quite deep as well. It's not going to rub off or anything like that, even if you polish it, if you would like to, that is. That's the logo there that says the Atty, the TOBH Atty atomizer. Yeah. And on this side you have your air holes. You've got 3 air holes there. As soon as we get a little focus, thank you. 3 air holes, and they're all the same size, about 1/8 inch diameter in size. And if you open up all 3 air holes, they can be pretty airy. That's the inside, and this is the thickness of the walls. Sorry about the focusing issue, guys. The camera keeps wanting to focus it for you. Alright, so this is the sleeve. And last but not least, we have the deck, which is pretty interesting. If you look at the deck, don't mind my microcoil in there. I've got a dual coil, 10 reps, 28 gauge Kenthal that adds up to about 0.6 ohm. If you look at the inside or the bottom of the deck, it's got all these funny, rough kind of designs on it. I don't know, but I think it is for a reason that it's done like that. I have absolutely no idea. Maybe it's so that your coil, your cotton, doesn't slip, maybe. I'm not too sure about that, but I don't want to be guessing as well. It is also the same with the original. I've checked a couple of reviews on YouTube with other reviewers, and they've showed the original. It also is exactly the same. And these are your 3 poles, your center post here, and all of them using Phillips screwdriver for you to nail down your wire. It's got a hole, 3 big holes there, and these guys are really generous with the hole size there. I mean, you could do it blindfolded, and there's absolutely no problem at all for you to just put your wires through those holes and screw it down. Yeah.
the size of those holes are really big, especially the center post. They know that you're going to have 2 wires going through one hole, so it's a little bit bigger compared to the other 2 holes on on each end of the poles. All right. Also has got 2 O-rings, so it holds tighter. It is a little bit tight when you want to shift the air holes, but not too tight. Okay? And you have all the engravings at the bottom. Excuse me. Also coming down with a cough as well. TOBH mods 2014 version 2. That's the serial number 1261. Doesn't mean anything. And you have your copper contact. The contact is copper, and this is not adjustable. This is not an adjustable pin here. It actually holds down the center post. Yeah, so don't try to adjust it, but otherwise it's pretty cool. And here at the side, if you notice, there's an end that sticks out like that, which is looks like a tooth, somebody's tooth actually. Or it's called a lip. Alright, this is to adjust your air holes. When you have this thing cupped down on it, alright, so if you want a single hole, then you just cup it down like that, and you can twist and turn and open up the holes. Alright, so if you do it, once I push it in, it's going to be hard to adjust, but basically that's what it's for. It's to help you cover the holes. And you have your coils here at the side, you see, so it's just in front of the holes. Basically it's a very simple system, but it produces a ginormous amount of vapor. Yeah, okay, we'll set it up shortly, put some cotton back in there, and just to let you see, the drip well is not too bad actually. It's kind of deep in there, so you could actually have some juice in your cotton, and you don't have to keep dripping it all the time. Yep. Okay, so we're going to set it up shortly, come back, vape on it, and see how she vapes, and I'll tell you how much I got it for and all the other details that go with it. Stay with us.
Well, there you go, folks. Welcome back to our normal camera angle, and that was a close-up of the TOBH Atty, and that was a clone by Tobeco. Usual store where I bought it from, just to do away with the pricing and things like that, or my online store way down south in Malaysia, Johor Bahru, JB, Apple Pie Vapor Store. I paid 75 ringgit for it, which is about 25 US dollars. Comparing to the original, that's like, you know, a fraction of it, and pretty good. Very good clone there. And if you notice at the base of the what do you call the dripper, they've got those rough edges. I wouldn't even attempt to guess what it's for, but I think it's definitely got a reason, and probably to give it a better vape. And it's also the same with the original, from what I gather, from what I've seen on other reviewers, YouTube videos, which had the original as well. So there you go. And on top of that, just let me show you. This is the packing that it came in. It's a Tobeco box there with the atomizer, the Tobe atomizer there. And usual, they have in there your, no second guessing it, free Kenthal wire, and some, what do you call, wick to go with it. Looks like I won't be using it. And I was looking for this actually. My free screwdriver, yeah! I think I've got like 20 of it already in my collection. Red, blue, so far I haven't got green yet, I think. And some O-rings to go with it. Thank you very much, Tobeco. So, and oh, I forgot. It also came with this as well, which is what we call here in Malaysia. I don't know whether you call it the same thing in the US or any other countries, in Italy or in Germany and things like that. It's nice to know that I've got friends, you know, now from different parts of the world. Guten Tag from Germany, my friend, and also from Italy. Ciao. Yeah, back to this before I start waffling again. This is the iced tank, or basically it's a polycarbonate, what do you call, cap, top cap, and it has got two sections. If you notice, there's a black O-ring there, which is similar to the stainless steel. I'm going to show you how it works. Actually, you can remove this, yeah, so it makes your dripping easier and more visible. So I've got it here on my King mod. I've decided to change my mechanical mod because this King mod comes with a copper contact, so I want to see how hard it hits and how much vapor it can produce. I mean, on a 0.6 micro coil, I'm sure for those of you who's into cloud chasing, you can build really good coils out there. The stuff that rep trippers would coil, the Clapton coil, etc., etc. So there you go. I've got it on my black sol wick here, which is bloody hard to try and get your juice to soak up. I always have problems doing it. It takes quite a while for it to soak up with my micro coil. What you do is you take this part, which is the sleeve, I'd like to call it, yeah, with the air hole, line it up on the on this what do you call, lip, or like somebody's tooth here, this extension here. That's for you to line it up so that your air hole is just nice open. I'm going to try it with 2 air holes open. They are about 1/8 of an inch in diameter. So I've got 2 air holes open here right now and 1 closed. And then this is the beautiful part. You can actually remove this, put it back, remove this without changing, moving the air holes. This screws on, holds on pretty tight. There you go. You can see the whole thing inside. Just push this back. Got it on my JD Tech dripper there. Let's give it a vape. Ooh, like I said, this can really check out the vapor, and the best part is the flavor is really good. This is a cloud chaser's dream. The flavor is good because I think of the chimney at the top cap there, where it domes up, shall I say, concave to a small little, hole there. Let's give it another shot. This is truly a cloud, I'm going to try and open up the last hole and see how she vapes with 3 holes open. It's going to be very airy, I can tell you. So this is definitely for cloud chasing. The TOBH Atty. This is from Tobeco. Until I talk to you again, vape safe. Have a great week. See you later.